Let's revise the yesterday's session. Then we can easily get to know. Okay. And yesterday we done conditional statements. That is also known as what? Decision making statements. And these are the so many variations there. That means we cover what? If statement, if else statement, and if else statement, and nested if statement, and including with what? Logical operators. Okay. The first one is what? The if statement. What is if statement is a simple form, and the code inside is if block on executes only the if condition is what? True, then only the statement will be print. Okay, if you have only the one condition and one condition to print, you have to use what? If statement. Okay, this is a simple form. Okay, I taken one example, that is what? Simple if statement. What? I taken what? One temperature. That way, when I give the temperature is equal to what? 25, and I'm given a condition. What? Temperature is greater than 20. So it should be what? It should print what? It's a warm day. Otherwise, it's what? Print what? Outside the if block. Okay, this is I'm running this 25 is there. So I'm connecting to my kernel. Yeah, it's a warm day, and outside the if block it's printing. Why it's printing? It's outside the if block. It's printing only. When I'm changing the temperature, I'm changing the temperature to 19. So the what condition is wrong. The if block will be skipped. The only it's printing what? Only the outside the if block. This is how is if statement would be work. Okay. And second, what we discussed, if else statement. And if you are having the what? Okay, if you're having the one condition and if you want to print what? Two statements, then you can use what? If else statement. And this allows your program to take your one path if the condition is true only, and a different path is what? If it's false. Okay, if condition is true, it prints what? If statement. If condition is false, it prints what? Else statement. Okay, this is our what? Decision making statement. I'm taking another example, that is raining or not. Okay, is raining. I'm given false. That means what? It's not raining, right? So I'm checking what if is raining. Okay, it's C. Is if raining is what? Is equal to true means it prints what? If condition. Okay, I false means it goes for false statement. That is what else. It prints what? Enjoy the clear sky. Is now what statement will be printed? Enjoy the clear sky. Okay, when I am printing the, you can see right, enjoy the clear sky. So I'm changing the is raining value to what? True. Okay, so I'm running this one. You can see right, remember your umbrella, because the what, this is what? True, right? So true means if condition should be passed, and if condition should be what, will be given a true statement, it prints the what? If condition statement. That is what? Remember your umbrella. Okay, this is how if else statement will be work. Okay, and third statement we studied what? If, elif, and else statement. Okay, for what? If you are having the end conditions and end statement to print, you can use what? If, elif, else statement. Okay, and if should be what? For your first condition, elif for your n number of your conditions, else is for what? Your last condition. This is for default. You can use or you can ignore that one. No problem. Okay. For handling the multiple condition, you use what? This statement, and you can check the condition the one by one from the top to bottom. If the first condition is true, the block will be executed. Otherwise, there can be a restore script, and else block will be hacked as what? Fallback. If no, if a leaf condition are not met, it will print what? Else statement. Okay, and this is one example we discussed yesterday, right? I'm taking what? Score. Okay, it should be what? Print what? Grade. Okay, my score is what? 75. Based on the score, it will be print based on the condition, it will the print the statement. That is what? Grade. Okay, if score is greater than or equal to 90 means it will print what? Grade A. Okay, this for if block. And next what? Next after the if, I have to use what? Elif. Okay, elif score is greater than or equal to 80 means it should be print what? Grade B. Okay, next score is greater than or equal to 70 means it should be what? Print grade C. This is two or what? Elif. Okay, then else after the 70 marks, anything will be what? I'm using the else part. So it print what? Grade F. So I'm taking what here? 75. 75 is what? Greater than or equal to 70, right? It will print what? Grade C. Okay, when I am running this, you can see right, agree at 3 I'm getting. Okay, I am increased to what here? 100. Okay, and I'm giving the 100 what it will print what grade A. Okay, and I'm given a below what 70. Okay, that is what it was 69, I think. Okay, so when I'm getting the 69, I'm getting what grade F. Like that, if elif and else statement will be work. Okay, and we discussed also what nested if statement, right? And you can place the one if statement inside the another if. Okay, that is called what if statement, nested if statement. Or you can use the else elif also inside the or outer the block also, and it is useful what when the condition depends on the another condition is being true. You can use what nested if statement. Okay, example you can see here, right? That what election OD, and that I'm taking what age is what 18. So as ID is adding ID or not, I'm checking that one. So I'm given what value as what boolean value true, right? If given true means he is having what ID card. Okay, and I'm writing one condition, that is what if age is or greater than or equal to is what 18. Okay, it will checking age here. Okay, then it will if condition is will be true, what we did print the you are old enough to vote. Otherwise, it will skip the if block. It go to what else block. That is what you are not old enough to vote. Okay, if this condition is true, if this condition is passed, then it go for a next condition. That is what if he is adding ID or not, it will check. Okay, it go to here, it will check. Okay, that is true. True means he is having ID card. Then it will print what you have ID card, so can register to vote. Okay, if this is if this is false, it go skip the if this if block, it go to the this else block, and it print what you need to get an ID to register the vote. Okay, this is how it will work. So I given data here what age is what 18. Okay, and as ID is what true. So it will print what now? It will first check what age. Okay, age is what 18. 18 is equal to 18, right? Then if block will be pass. That is, it will print what you are old to enough to vote. Okay. Then it will check for what if he is having ID card or not. Okay, it is what true, right? So this condition is passed. Then it will print what you have your ID, so you can register to vote. This is how if nested if statement will work. So you can when I'm running this, you can see, right? Right, then we printed. Okay. And fifth one, what we discussed, logical operator. That is what and or not. Okay, this operator allow to you to the combine the multiple condition. Okay, like into the one state one block. That called as what? First one is what operator is called as what and. And is what the both condition must be what true. Okay, and if there's only the, if you consider you having a statement A and statement B, both statements should be what true, then only condition both condition then will be a statement will be condition as that true. If other one statement will be wrong means one condition will be wrong means will give was false. Then will be or statement. Or statement should be what if any one statement will be true, at least one condition should be must be true, or you can both are true means it will give the true. If both are false, it will give the false. Okay, not is what reverse your boolean value of your condition. If you give the true, it will reverse to what false. If you give the false, it will give to what true. Like that, it will be work. Okay, this is one example, and I'm checking. Okay, is sunny is equal to what true, and is this weekend? Yes, true. I'm giving the values to I'm giving this variables. Okay, so I'm checking the condition if sunny and is weekend. And you can see right. I'm using only the one if block, and I'm passing what two conditions. This is called as what logical operator. Okay, if sunny is true, this condition is passed. Then is check for what is weekend, and is weekend also passed. Okay, the both conditions should be true. Then only print what perfect day for your picnic. Okay, like that how it will be work. Okay, and this is what one wait a minute. Okay, let me explain neatly. Then you can understand. Okay, so it's a knee and it will checking what print a perfect day for the picnic. Okay, can see a printing perfect day for picnic. Like that how it will be hand operator will be work. Okay, I'm taken here another one and yeah code I'm pasting that one. So your second statement is what? What? I'm checking as ticket is what false and he is a member true. Okay. And if he is have the ticket or is member like that. When we are printing the welcome to your event. Okay. Then it will check for as ticket is given what false. Then it will be not check to the I'm getting what here or operator. So when we taking the or operator, when we this condition should be one condition should be at least one should be true. Okay. As ticket is what false. Then it will check for what next condition that is what is member that is what true, right? So it will be true, then it will be print what welcome to the event. Okay, and this is for false and I'm reading this one. Yeah, I'm printing this one, can see right welcome to the event. Okay, I'm taking here what false and false both are false. Okay, if I given a both are false, then it will check for as ticket. Is what false. Then it will check for is member. This is also false. Then if block will be skipped and nothing will be printed. You can check here now. Okay, nothing will be printed. Okay, then yeah. If both are true, so I'm taking off both are true. So you can see here, right? So I'm giving when we both if this condition will be true and this condition will be true. So then it will be print. So for OR operator, you must to know right what both condition one at least one should be a true. Okay, then only if block inside the if block will be printed. Okay, and coming to the what your hand operator, both should be what true. Then only the print will be statement. If anyone will be false or both will be false, then nothing will be printed. Can see I am checking what is weekend into what false. Okay, can see right nothing will be printed. So this is how it will be work. Okay, and is over and or is over. So I'm taking here what next one is what not. Okay, and taking what is empty is equal to false. And here if it not is empty, I'm checking. Here mentioning what I am not I am mentioning here. So if not means here it will be check. Is empty what false, right? In place of is empty, it will take the value as what false. Not false means true. Okay. Not is not false. That is reversing the order. That is what true. Then it will be print what the list is not empty. So when I am printing, you can see that the list is not empty because it's empty. This when I using the not, this is false is converted into what true. Then updated what is empty is equal to what true. Then it will be if condition will be true. Then it will be print what the list is not empty. So I am here removing what here not can see right. So the SMT is what false and if this will be block will be false. Then it will print not anything. Can see right like that it will be work. So I'm checking here what we are not. So okay and so it will be print now. Okay and I'm checking the value here what true. I'm taking your value as true. So then will be I'm using the not right and SMT value is what true. So when I'm using the not true, it will convert into what false. Then the updated value for SMT is what false and if block will be wrong, so that will be not print anything. You can check now. Okay, no, can see right? Yeah, anything will be not printed. Okay. This is how discussed yesterday. This is for only revision. Okay, let's discuss some interview programming question that ask every time. Okay, on the conditional statement. Okay, and now that our minds are refreshed and the conditional statement, let's put our knowledge to the test with some common interview questions. And remember to think all the possible scenarios. Okay, this will be logics will be repetition. When we do the any programming, this logic will be repeated. So focus and remember that logics. Okay, first one is what number sign checker. Okay, this will be asked in so many companies. Okay, if you are a fresher, okay, and write a programmer that takes what only the integer as a input. Okay, then it will be print what, whether it is what, positive number or negative number or zero number. Okay, it should be take only what, integer. I not discuss with your what, input, right? Okay, I will discuss what here one example. Then we go for programming. So, okay, input. You having the statements in a Python programming. Okay, there are two statements. One is what, input statement, and another is what, output statement. Till today we discuss what, output statement. That is what, the print statement. Print what will be do? Print. It will print the what we inside the text. Okay, or what we inside the variable, that will what, value of that variable, or when we put the any string, or when we text, when we print it, that will be printed as it is as a text. Okay, that is called as what, output statement. Okay, coming to the input statement, what will do it will takes the input from the user. Okay, and okay, we can till here you giving the values, right, is empty is equal to true. Okay, when we use the input, we can, when we do the programming, it will ask, okay, input value. Okay, then when we input the values, then only it will consider the value, then only go to the next programming, next conditions. Okay, let me do the here example. Okay, okay, I'm taking here what, input. So before that, you have to take one variable. Let me take an, I will take the variable as called as what, a. Right. Okay, I'm taking what, input, right? That is should be what, in int, right? So I'm taking what, int. That is what, your integer. Then we want to go with what, I want to take from the input from the user, right? So I'm taking what, input. Okay, input what will do is it take the value from the user. Then open the parenthesis. Okay, then you should be print any statement like your wish, that should be printed. So the user should be know, right, what you want to give the input. Okay, so I'm taking here what, enter what, first number. Okay, okay, this is for your a. Okay, I'm taking here what, another variable called as what, b. Okay, so I'm taking here what, int. Okay, this should why I'm taking it. The number we give the input, right? That should be what in the form? That should be in the form of integer only. Then only it will be considered. Otherwise, it will be the what, error. Okay. So I'm taking here what, input. Simply you pass the input means it obtain only in type of what data type it will take in a string. Okay, if you want in a what the your consider data type should be, what you have to mention that data type. Okay, then I'm taking the input. So I'm taking here what, I'm print what statement should be printed. Enter the what, second number. Okay. Then 10 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Here. Stop. Okay. I'm taking here what? Another one is what? C. I'm taking variable. That is called as what? I'm C. I'm taking here. And C is equal to, I'm passing the condition. That it should be what? A plus B. What will do A plus B? It will add the A plus and B. Okay. Then I am what? Printing sum of that one, right? So I will print. That is what? Print. Okay. Then I want what? The sum, right? It is what? The sum of A and B is, so I'm ending with double quotes, and I want to print the value, right? If you want to print the value means it should be separated by comma, then you have to print what, variable, then I get what, this one. Okay, then we get the value of the A plus B. Okay, then I'm printing right in each. Okay, so I'm running here now. Check. Okay, let me run this. Okay, it asking here what? Enter the first number. You can see, right? Enter the first number. Okay, first number is what I'm giving 10, and after that should be what you have to enter that one. So it asking what? Enter the second number. What I'm giving the second number means, so I'm giving was past 12. Okay, 10 plus 12 is what? 22, right? So I'm entering that one. So I'm getting the values what? The sum of A and B is what? 22. Okay, this is how input statement will be work. Okay, and what is our problem now? Write a program that takes what? An integer as an input and prints what? Whether it is positive or negative or zero, it will be want to check. Okay, that should call as what? Number sign checker. Okay, I'm taking here what? Number string is equal to what? Input of your enter the integer, like how to take the user as an integer, right? And should be in what integer. So can use the initially what input text in the form as what string only. So I want what in the integer form. So better to you can use this statement to overcome this one. So simply we can take what int of input. If you have confusion, you can take go with the two lines. So you can go with what one single line is enough. Okay. So balance should be equal, then only will get the not error. Okay. I'm taking here what one number. Okay, that number should be what in integer, that is what int of input and enter an integer. Okay, you enter when I'm running the system will ask enter the integer. So I'll pass one number. What next our position? It want to check the sign of the number using if else state, right? It should be what zero or positive or negative should be want to print. Okay, if what is the possibilities? The number should be what? If number should be greater than zero, what that should be whatever positive number. That is, you have to print the number is positive. Okay. If number is negative means the number should be what? Less than zero. If number is what? Less than zero, that number is called as what? Negative numbers, right? So number is negative. Okay. Else, if number is I'm given what? Zero. That will want print what? The number is zero. Okay. Let me do this. So I'm running this one. It asking right enter an integer. So I'll give what 10 here and enter. You can see that the number is positive. Again, I am running and you can give the value as a negative number. That is what -1 I am giving. So when I enter here, you can see that the number is negative. Okay. And again, I am running. Again, what value as what? 0. Then it will go for else block. It will print what is the number is 0. This is how input method will be work. And this is what here? What? Number sign checker. Okay. Clear with this? Yeah. Okay, let's do the next question. That is what your leap year checker. Okay, and leap year checker is what we'll do means that if you want to write in a program that takes a year as an input, okay, and determines if it is a leap year, then it's what? This leap year should be occurring what? Every 4 years, right? Okay, expect the year should be what? Divisible by 100, and but not what? Why? Should be for not 400. Okay, and rules for the leap year is what? Should be what divisible by 4. Why divisible by 4? Leap year comes what? Oh, every 4 year, right? So I want to press first you have to do what? Divisible by 4. Then if divisible by 4, then condition is passed. Then you will check for what? If divisible by 100. Because it must be also what? Divisible by 400. You have to check for all divisible by 100 also, divisible by 400 also. If divisible both, then it called as what? Leap year. Okay, let me take what? Input. Okay, that is what get the input for the year. I am taking what year to overcome this one. I'm will directly take what int of input. Okay, online is enough, right? So, okay, here is what I'm taking here. Okay, that should be what in an integer. Otherwise, we'll take as what string. Okay, and check the if the leaf here is what using the instead of nested if can use a logical operator. Okay, I'm taking first condition is what? First nested if, and I'm using logical operator also. And first should be what if I'm checking. That should be what? Divisible by 4, right? So here is should be what? Divisible by 4. Then it should be what? Equal to 0. Okay, that should be what? Reminder should be what? When I'm using the modulus, we'll get what? Reminder. Okay, reminder should be what? Equal to 0. Then it will check then it will check for the first condition is passed, then it go for the inter if, that is what if I'm taking what checking if divisible by 4 and check it's also what divisible by 100. Okay, I'm checking that one. That is what if here 100%, 100 should be equal to 0. I'm using the modulus. Modulus, what you do? It gives a what? Reminder as a output. Okay, I'm here what? I'm taking the reminder is getting 0. So should be what? Equal to 0. Then only this condition will be passed. Okay, after this condition will be passed, then it go for the next condition. That is what? Year percentage 400 is equal to 0. Because we have to check leap year, right? That should be what? Should be what? Divisible by 4 and divisible by 100 and divisible by 400. Then only the year called as what? Leap year. Okay, then will be print what? Print year. The call was is a leap year. Okay, then why I'm using a string? So it will get in a year in what? In an integer, right? So that integer is converted into what? A string. Then we'll get the complete statement in a string only. So I'm using what here? Type casting. That is called as what? str of year. Okay. And if this condition is failed, okay, that is what it will print what? It is not a leap year. Okay, and it will check the first condition if and if this one if not divisible by 100 means it will print what this is a what if divisible by 4 but not by 100, and it's all called as what also the leap year and will print what is a leap year. Okay, and if this one is will not divisible by 4, then we print what it will do not divisible by 4, that is what this is not a leap year. Okay, and it should be what for leap year problem when we are solving it should be what number that we given a year, right? That year should be what divisible by 4. Okay, and divisible by 100. Okay, yeah, or divisible by 400. Okay, if this is one, if 100 is also passed and 400 also passed. If 100 can pass, it can be printed. Okay, this is using what nested if. Okay, so this is one easy method. I will explain now. First, you have to give this one. Okay, to understand, right? This is how it will be working and given a comment sign, right? Then that consider your last programming. Okay. It asking what? Enter a year. I pass. What year? 2025. 2025 is a leap year? No, right? So I'm passing now. Software enter year. It will print, right? 2025 is not a leap year. Okay. You have to do the tracing. Then only you can understand. Okay. And again, I'm running. So 2024 is leap year? Yes. So enter. Can check you. 2024 is a leap year. Okay. So I'm again running. I'm given value as what? 2020. We'll check what it is a leap year. Okay, this is how it will be working. Okay, let me do the easy programming. Okay, then you can easily understand. That is called as what? Using the this is for using the nested if. They will ask using the nested if you have to write the leap year. Then you should be what? Write the this logic. Otherwise, you can use what? Logic operator. Then is what? Only in the one line. Okay. And here I'm taking what? Here input. So I'm taking this input line. Uh, okay. You can see right. I'm taking here what? Year and int of input into the year. Okay. I'm taking the I have to input the year. Okay. From the user. Okay. After that, I have to check the condition, right? I'm taking here what? If and I'm passing here what? Year. Year should be what? Divisible by 4. And here should be what? Divisible by 100. That should be not equal to what? 0. Okay. Then or it will be I have to check what year is divisible by 400 and should be what equal to 0. Then it will call as what? If this condition is passed, we'll get leap year. And this can if only this condition is passed, we'll get the leap year. Okay. And when I'm running this one, it will ask the input. I'm passing here what? 2025. 2025 is not a leap year, right? And let's see here 2025 is not a leap year. Okay, I'm running again this one. So 2024 I'm given. We'll check 2024 is a leap year. Okay. So next one is what? Question number 3. That is what you are. Create calculator. We do this one. I need to welcome. Yeah, let's continue. Yeah. Third one is what? Create calculator. Yesterday you saw, right? Same thing. Nothing I will go to that. I'll explain only the logic. Okay. And it's a creative program that can be a numerical score that is what? 0 to 100. And should be what? Yesterday we already declared output input right inside the program itself. Okay, here what? You have to give the input from the user. Okay, that will what? Based on your input, that assign the what? Letter grade based on the following scale. If the mass score is what? 90 to 100, that will give us A, and 80 to 89, that is B, 70 to 79, what? C, and 60 to 69 is what? D, and below 60 means what? F. Okay, and also ensure the score within the wild range that you want 0 to 100. If not, it should be print what? Error message. Okay. And I'm checking here what who come this one. I'm taking here what only the one statement that is what your int of input. If you are having any what doubt or you can use what two statements to convert that one. Okay, I'm directly here what I'm converting. Okay, basically it will take what input in a what in a string. Okay, you have to know means I will explain now here, and I'm taking here what so a as a variable. Okay, I'm taking here what int of what int. I'm taking only what input. Okay, then okay, enter a number. Okay, then I have to print what a, right? So print. I'm entering what a. So I'm running this one. User this one as what input, right? So I'm given value as what 10 here. So I'm entering that one. So you enter what here? I'm getting here 10. You can check the type of a print. Okay, I'm printing what type of the input. That is what type of A. Okay, and I'm printing the type of A. We'll get to values what I'm enter. You have to asking what enter a number. I'm passing here what. So it is what class is what string. It is what your string. To over this one, you have to convert this one, right? When you have to convert means you are using what typecasting. So I'm passing here what int only. So int of input. When I'm giving the int of input, it will convert what this string value into what integer. So I'm running this one. So again, value as what? Yeah, 10. So then your enter is what 10. So type of input is what? Integer. That's why I'm using what here? Int of input. Okay. Then I'm taking what? To check the values, right? Score, right? So I'm using here what? Score. And if score that can be score is what should be what less than 0, or the scores could be greater than 0, then we what if the score is less than 0 or score should be greater than 0, should be what print error message, right? Should be what error, the score must be what between 0 and 100. Okay, this should what print the error message. Okay, then then it should if this block will be false, then we will go for what else block. Okay, else block will be do the logic now. Okay, assign the grade based on the score if else here. Okay, we can use that one. And if score is what greater than 90, it print what grade A. If score is greater than or equal to 80 means grade B, or 70 means C, 60 means D. Then F means otherwise less than 60 means it print what F. Okay, if I am running this one, it asking what value I'm giving here, what 98 should be what print grade A. Okay, and again I am running this one, I'm given here what minus 99. So I'm entering in now what we should get error message that what score must be what between the 0 and 100. So can here I mention here what condition, that's fine. Then it will print the if condition, it skip what else block. This is how programming will work. Okay, I'm taking another one and mentioning here what 0. So when I'm giving the 0, you can see, right? I'm getting what grade F because 0 we can consider, right? Okay, cannot what below 0 or above 100. So I will give the 100 above 100 now. So in 110, this score must be between the 0 and 100. So, okay, so I'm giving here now what 80. Can see, right? Grade B. This is how it will be work. Okay, when you do write the program, you must be do what tracing. Then only you can understand how program will be work. Okay. And next one is what simple calculator. This is one using your the day by day your childhood we can use the calculator, right? The calculator work on these logics. Okay, I'm using what only the simple calculator and build a basic calculator that takes what two number and as an input operator we can use what plus for addition, minus for subtraction, star bar we can use for what multiplication, and for slash that is what you are using for the division. Okay, and can use as the output input and perform what corresponding operation and display the result handled by the division by 0. Okay, and that is handled by division by 0 means that you, when we dividing any number with a 0, we'll get what error message, right? That is called was handling. That is called as what error handling. We'll discuss in upcoming classes. Don't worry. Okay, and taking what here number one. I'm given, I already discussed, right? You can go to this one. Now I'm taking the input as first number and I'm converting that number into what floating number because when you doing the division, the float must be considered, right? So I'm taking what here float number one as for string and number two I'm taking here and converting that in string to what float. So I'm using here what float. Okay. Then I'm using what operator. Okay. User have to mention right input your operator. The operator should be what plus minus or multiplication or division, right? Okay. Then I'm taking what here z is equal to what 0 and what I'm why I'm giving this is equal to 0. I'm initializing the mark here 0 as a input to the your result because when you're doing the operation if you consider we store the values into what result, right? So when we give the initializing the marks, initializing the score, then we'll automatically update the value. Otherwise, we'll show with the error message. Okay, and check the as a void operation, then it is true. Okay, and if operator, if you user use the operator is what plus. So I'm using what here equal. That will what do it will equalize. That value should be what equal to that one equal. Okay, that will check. Okay, your user will if user operator plus the using the plus means it should be what do the what result is equal to what number one plus number two. It I have to do. Okay, if the I'm next what I'm using what elif. So if user operator is user use what minus. Okay, that when you're using the minus should be what number one minus number two. Okay, if user operator choose for star, it should be what multiplication and it just should be what number one into number two. Okay, elif what operator if division will be want to do means if you have to user have to choose what slash. Okay, then when only this condition will be true, then only that condition will be passed. Okay, after doing the division, right? The number should be what if number two is equal to 0. But always when you are doing the division, the denominator number is when is 0. That number should be division. That is, let me take 10 by 0. Okay, that should be what we get the infinite. That's what error message, right? It should be what print. That's why I'm taking here what if number two is equal to what 0. Then we'll be print what error. It cannot be divided by 0. This void operation is what false. Okay, to overcome that one. Okay, and if what I'm using here what else. Okay, if condition is being not false, then it will go for what else block and it will what result. It is number one divided by number two. Okay, if you choose rather than this operation like plus, minus, star, slash, okay, then we'll go for another one that is called as what else. That is mean what in void operator. Okay, then it will what this void operation is false. So when why I'm using is for operation is equal to false means it overcome that one program. Otherwise, it will get the error message. Okay. And I'm checking here what another one. If it's a void operation, only it will print what result. Otherwise, it will not print the result. Okay. So I'm running this one. Okay, we can see here right. Enter the first number. Okay, I'm given what here enter what 10. I'm giving the 10. Okay, and enter the second number. I'm given the second number as what 5. First I have to do what addition. So I'm given to what operator now plus. Okay, then it result can you can see right. The result is what 15. I'm getting 10 plus 5 is what 15. Okay, let me do that subtraction. That is what 10 first number and second number is 5. So I'm given what minus. So 10 minus 5 is what 5, right? So let me do the multiplication. I'm taking here what 8 and second number is 4 5 and what we operator star. The result is what 40. Correct, right? So I'm again running and give values what 8 and I have to do what here enter and second number. So when I give the 0, you can see right and enter the operator what division I want and you can see it I cannot divide by 0 because I'm given what denominator as what 0. It is even number 2. Okay, and again I'm giving what 8 and number 2 is what 2 and want to do what division method, right? So I'm the what I'm getting what result is 4. So again I'm running what first number is what 10 and second number is what 12 and I'm taking here what operator called as what I'm taking here what percentage. You can get the error message. That is what error in void operator. Okay, and in place of the first number, I'm taking here what a, and you will get the error is what value error. Well, because we given us number one as for the float. Okay, you have to give the what in number only. Okay, this is how it will be work. Okay, and 10, 15. Doing the operation called as addition. Consider it. Result is what 25. This is how your calculator will be work. Okay. Let me do the question number 5. That is, you have to check oval or consonant given by the programming. I have to write the program that takes what single character as a what input. The called as what character means alphabet. Okay, as input and determines if it's a oval or not. Oval. What are the ovals in the alphabet? E, I, O, U. Right. Okay. If you are considering rest of remaining A, I, O, U, consider what consonant. Okay, assume the input will be single alphabet character. Okay. Okay, these are the asked in the interviews. Okay, I'm taking here what character is equal to what input of enter a single alphabet character. Okay, I'm taking the input. Okay, and here I'm not mentioning what int. Okay, float like that. Okay, I'm directly passing what int input because we want in what string only, right? So basically, we do not when we do not any mention anything, we consider this what string, right? So okay, I'm taking a character input and enter the single alphabet character. Okay, to convert the what we given the case, right? If you given the what uppercase or lowercase, okay, to do the programming that should be what only in what in one case. Okay, I'm taking here what and what we convert that case into what and given the character here in uppercase. That should be what in lowercase. Okay, should be a lowercase means it convert into the lowercase only. So I'm character lower. I'm taking another variable. So I'm checking what character, this variable. I'm using here what dot operation dot using your method you studied right in string. Okay, if you want to convert that character into the lowercase you have to use what lower. You should be what convert to the that lowercase into uppercase you have to use what upper. Okay, you have to remember that all methods. Okay, I'm taking here what lower method that called as what dot lower. Okay, after that converting the value should be in the what lowercase and we are checking the characters is oval or using. Okay, character using what or operator. So I'm checking here what if character is lower is equal to a. Okay, equal to a or character lower equal to e or character lower is equal to I or character lower is equal to what o or character lower is equal to what u. Okay, these are what ovals. Okay, if given character is this letters, then we consider print as what? That is what is oval. Otherwise, we go for else block and it print what? The character is what? Is a consonant. I'm using here what? Plus. The plus what will do means what? It combines the what? It do the concatenation. Okay. And here what? I'm using the word character. The character is what? Given character. When we do when I give the A, it will print in the character what? A. A plus means this is a oval. It will print. A plus is a oval. That will print as what? A is a oval. Okay. I'm running this one. I given a character is what? A. So enter that one. You can see right. A is a oval. Okay. I'm running this one. So give the alphabet called as what? K. Okay. You can see right. K is a consonant. Okay. You are using what here? So many lengthy line, right? To overcome this one, we can use what? The membership operator using here least. Okay. And I'm taking here another which one. Okay. You can see right. So again, I'm doing here what? So overcome this one can go with a simple way. To line this overcome. Okay, I'm taking here this one. So I'm printing here. Okay, there should be a character input to the lower. Okay, then if char lower. Okay, then I'm taking here what? I'm delete all this. Okay, if character lower is equal to equal. To remove the equal, I'm taking out membership operator that is called as int. Okay, I'm taking here what? One tuple. Okay, inside the tuple, you can use what? Pass the values. That is what? A, E, I, O, U. Okay. Okay, and write in a one tuple. That is called is what? Multi-value. We consider this one. Okay. I'm checking what? In. Okay, it will check these values. If this values is we can then it will be printed as what? Oval. Otherwise, it will print what? Consonant. You can check now. I'm taking here what? A. And see right? A is a oval. You can use tuple, list, your wish. Okay. And the question number 6 is what? Largest of your three numbers. Okay. Write a program that takes what? The three distinct number as an input. Okay. And there should be what? Print the largest among them. Okay. Till now you consider what? Only the two data types. Only the two input from the user. So now you consider what? Three input from the user. And you have to check for largest of the three numbers. Okay. I am taking here what? Number one. So that is what? Number two and number three. You don't know, right? You know, right? Why I'm using here float? Because that would be considered what number, right? That should be what in a float or integer. So I'm taking here what float. Okay. And we're using the nested if method and consider is what if number one is greater than equal to number two, and there should be then let me take number one and number two. Okay. If number let me take a number is what 10 and number two is what 12 and number three is what 15 I take. Well, consider that three number 15. Number three is what greater than that rest all that, right? So if number one is greater than or equal to number two, then it will check for this one. That is what 10 is equal to what 13. It will check 10 is greater than or equal to 30. No, right? So it will print what we check for now. Next number two is greater than or equal to number three. It will check. Okay, that we consider what number two is what 12 and number 3 is for 15. The for this condition will be false, right? Then it will what go to the what? It will be printed as what? Number 3. Else part. This is what your the largest number is for number 3. It will go like that. Okay. Let me based on the numbers it will be considered like that. Okay, if number one is great, this will check. And if it will be passed, then only check for what number one and number three. Okay, then it will be printed as number one. If this condition will be passed, then we go for else but it will be printed what number three as a largest number. Like that, how it will be work. Okay, and this is for using the logical operator. Let me do first is run this one, then go for this one. Okay, so I'm running this. I'm given an input. First number is for 10, and second number is what I'm giving here 12, and third number I'm giving what 15. Can see right. The largest number is what? 15. Okay. Correct, right? Okay. You can print, we can, when you give the print statement, that we can print print number one, print number two, print number three, print. Then you can see the numbers also. Okay. Let me do with the logical operator. That is easy one. Okay, the mention. If not mention, you can use anything. Okay, that you can using logical operator. That is what if number one is greater than or equal to number two, and you have to check what number one is greater than or equal to number three. Then it will be print what it is largest number is what number one. Otherwise, we go for what elif, and it will check for number two is greater than or equal to number one, and number two is greater than or equal to number three. Then only print what is largest number is what number two. And use if using the and if number one and number two, that can be if block and elif block will be false, then we'll go for what else block. Then it will be print what the largest number is what number three. This is how it will be work. And this place is considered is what concatenation. Okay. So I'm running this one. The largest number is what 15 because I given already input. Okay. And I given a what here consider what here number. So I'm taking here this one. Okay, and I'm running this one. Okay, then I will give the input of what 20, and second number is what 10, and third number is what 15.5. So it will give print what the largest number is what 20. It will check what number one is greater than is equal to number two. Number one is what 20, right? 20 is greater than equal to number two. That is number two is what I given what 15, right? Okay, when I given the 15, so we will check number one is greater than or equal to 15. Okay, 20 is greater than is equal to number two, right? Then true. And number is greater than number three, that is 20 is greater than or equal to what? 15.5. Yes, true. So then will number one is what? Is largest number among the three numbers. Then we will print what? The largest number is what? 20, and it will be printed. Okay. And let's be stop here. You know, right? Till now, you consider how to using the if else block, where conditional statement, how we write the programming using the logics. Okay. From tomorrow we do the what looping statement. Okay.